okay, I know why, right? I know why I am a certain way, and I know what's triggering to me, and I know what makes me want to do certain things, and I know why I have control issues, why I may be jealous at times, why, there's a lot of, I know where, but then there's been this part of me that's like, okay, but now what? Let's move forward, right? Like I've connected the dots there.
Where you are now may not be where you came from. The choices you make today may spiral out of control or spin you in the right direction. Discover a riveting, true story of how Carlos Vieira nearly destroyed his life and lived to tell about it. Stand up, stand firm, believe, make it happen, and live through the madness. Knocking doors down along the way. And don't miss others telling their powerful stories on our podcast. Visit kddmediacompany.com.
Cheryl Burke, what the shit is going on?
What's going on, guys? It's like I've known you forever.
Right?
Thanks for coming on.
You're welcome.
Cheers.
Cheers. You gotta do the pinky
Cheers,
thing.
because we're wild.
Cheers. Yes, we are crazy.
Mazel tov, right?
Yep, mazel tov. I am 53%.
This is what we just discovered.
So much.
so much that we're just, it's not going out. You can't get it.
No.
But thanks for joining us. We're fans of the podcast.
Thank you.
Of course, you are my favorite dancer on Dancing with the Stars.
That?
This is not bullshit. Mikey knows. I would call my ex-wife to confirm it, but I know she's busy. Because she would be like,
I can confirm it. Yes.
Have you ever seen an episode?
I have seen one episode, but it was a long time ago.
With Jack Osborne?
No. Oh, Jack Osborne.
He was my partner.
Was
he was
it?
great.
Yeah.
One of my favorites.
I bet. Yeah, because when we talked with Kelly, she's like, oh, you need to talk to my brother. He's the best.
Oh my God, I saw that episode. That was a good one.
Kelly was sweet. Yeah, she's super sweet.
Our episode? Mm-hmm. You watched that? Well.
Oh, yeah. I do my research.
Well, thank you.
Yeah.
You
got like maybe 5 extra views because of me.
Right.
Yeah.
So you didn't finish it, or you just liked it that much?
No, I finished Kelly's.
Okay.
I saw Carmen's, because I'm friendly with Carmen Electra, and then I saw Charlie Sheen and Charlie Sheen's ex. What's her name again? Denise Richards.
Yes.
She was on Dancing with the Stars. Yeah, I've seen a few, you guys.
Well, thank you. Appreciate it.
I'm a fan.
I'm blushing over here. I don't know if the camera picks it up.
I don't know what to say.
Tell the boss man it's been fulfilled.
Right?
I'm ready to retire.
You've hit it. Gold.
So what made you want to do the podcast with AJ? Like, I know that, we'll get a little more into your history and lineage, but always like, fuck it, I'm going to get out here and I'm going to talk about this stuff. I'm so passionate about it.
It was funny because with iHeart, produces our podcast, and they wanted me to do my own actually, and just randomly before we even knew that he was doing Dancing with the Stars or whatever, it was like Amy Sugarman, one of the producers, she's like, I've got a perfect match for you. And I'm like, okay. She goes, you love talking openly about your mental health, and you're also, sober, and I've got, AJ McLean. I was like, who? I'm just kidding. Love you, AJ. She goes, from the Backstreet Boys. I'm like, NSYNC? No, Backstreet Boys. I'm like, okay, great. So we did a Zoom, and then Renee, he has been really good friends with AJ actually for over 20 years. Kind of plays as his mentor, I guess, and now has been like my mentor. He's like the voice of God, reason a little bit. And the three of us, we've just been super just open with our lives, currently and from the past, and we've all hit rock bottom, and we've all come out the other end, and in different ways. I mean, AJ and I still wonder if we've ever partied together, and I'm like, we probably, I don't know. I actually don't remember. And if we did, we wouldn't get a word in. We'd just be talking at each other the whole time. But it's been very therapeutic for me, just talking about sobriety and different, I guess, eras of it, right? You've got Renee, who's been sober for over 20 years, AJ, who's been sober, which I commend him for being sober during Dancing with the Stars, especially dancing with me.
Come on.
Oh God.
Now, do you say that because you see yourself as a tyrant?
No, I'm crazy. Yeah. No, I'm not even making a joke. I'm pretty hardcore, and I'm it gets worse as I've been sober for.
Well, you're a competitor.
And my mind, my thoughts, my brain is just nonstop, right?
Now, hardcore how? What do you mean? Like, listen, fucker, do this. Here, no,
like
no.
my own thoughts to myself or to
no, to what you actually.
You don't want to hear that.
I'm kind of curious.
Interesting.
No, I'm pretty hardcore. Like, I'm not abusive.
Right.
Well, some people may wonder, but no, I'm kidding. I expect greatness from, not perfectionism, because there's no such thing. I just found that out like a year ago. So that took off a lot of pressure. But especially with dancers, like people that come on the show that have dance experience that say they want to win, I'm like, are you sure?
Yeah.
Are you sure? You know, and so like when I see potential though, it's not so much about winning, it's more about like the journey in that dance, living in that present moment, because you can't really plan ahead on Dancing with the Stars. It'll bite you in the ass. There's no planning ahead.
Because you don't know when they come with a theme night or something. You don't know until they let the whole cast know at one time, right?
Yeah, and they've been trying to plan ahead with that, but like we don't know the result. You know, like we could be planning ahead and then we could be gone, right? But I'm a planner. So I try to, because like the whole show, it's a machine, the way it's run, and you have to choreograph, you know, we do everything from like even helping with the designing of the costumes and making sure that we hide our celebrities, like maybe weakness versus like what's his strength, is it his body, is it maybe his legs are not as long, so we have to like, there's certain like secrets to wardrobe, and like I was telling my therapist this the other day, she goes, yeah, you are definitely like very detailed. You know, what do they call that? They call that hypervigilant, right? Yes. And to a fault. And it's funny how like I've been like that since I was a kid, because, you know, when I got molested as a little girl and then being on that fight or flight or freeze, you know, and then on top of that, ballroom dancing in general, they almost welcome it. Because you have to be so detailed. You have to constantly be aware of your space,
your frame,
your floor craft, like everything. So at the end of the day, it's been actually, I thought it was a good thing, but no, not necessarily. Not like when the makeup girl is putting my eyeshadow on, I'm like twitching and flinching is probably not a good sign.
Yeah, but I would think with like AJ's part, it's like, fucker, look, you go out, they've literally done concerts, I think, with like 60 to 80,000 people. Right? And they're doing, granted, I think their style's probably more hip hop and what they're doing on stage,
not
right?
Like the waltz.
We're not worried about that.
We're not worried about frame.
But still, I would think it's kind of like, dude, come on, like for him especially, be like, come on, let's go.
You know, I find that with people with dance experience, especially like boy banders, I guess you call them, and anyone who has hip hop experience, it's really hard to untrain the brain. So like I had a little taste of it myself when they added Argentine tango to Dancing with the Stars, and I was like, oh, I want to really learn how to do this, because like I just love all those passionate Latin dances, and I was tired of faking it. And so I spent the summer in Argentina and I learned how to Argentine tango. Oh my God, I had to untrain everything. And it's a lot easier to teach someone with no dance experience how to dance.
Right.
It's because they can bite you in the ass, right? You have bad habits.
Interesting thing you said there that stood out to me, Cheryl, to jump around as I will, because I'm a little...
It's fine. Same, I'm with you.
Had this similar situation where a therapist thought that I might have hypervigilance as well. And so much as it relates to those that do have hypervigilance, a trauma-based thing, like you said, fight or flight, that activates the brain. Have you dug any more like into that, the hypervigilance, whether with therapy or your own reading? Because we haven't really discussed it with anyone that I recall.
Yeah, no, and I'm looking into possibly seeing a trauma specialist, like when it comes to therapy. I've been with the same therapist who's been amazing for the last decade, but I feel like as much as I want to say like I'm tired of just, okay, I know why, right? I know why I am a certain way, and I know what's triggering to me, and I know what makes me want to do certain things, and I know why I have control issues, why I may be jealous at times, why, you know, there's a lot of, you know, I know where, but then there's been this part of me that's like, okay, but now what? Let's move forward, right? Like I've connected the dots there, but this has opened up a whole can of worms. In just like like 2 weeks ago, I follow Katie Morton. She is a licensed therapist, and she's very popular on YouTube. And I did her podcast about a month ago, and she talks about this, and it's fascinating. And we're starting to work together on something, and it's more about like the somatic experience, right? Sure. Like being able to really use movement as therapy. But when it comes to hypervigilance, I don't know anything but that I am that. Yeah. Well, but I would love to like really dig into that, because I'm sure there's so much there.
Yeah, I don't know about you. Like when I feel like a shit ass for is like my daughter when she wants to come and talk to me. Yeah. If I'm watching something or reading something, playing a video game, whatever it is, and it's like I have to learn. I can't leave that on. I have to turn it on. I have to sit and fully focus. And if I'm talking to you and Mikey's trying to talk, I can't even hear him.
I know. So I can't multitask.
It drives you fucking crazy.
Is that what it is?
Well, I heard somebody put it best that multitasking is literally impossible.
Yeah, there's no such thing. Yeah. Whenever someone says, I'm great at multitasking, you're like, it's like saying I'm perfect.
Right.
But that's yeah, I'm the same way. I'm like, but I'm not ADD, because I haven't been diagnosed with that, but I'm just hypervigilant.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Does it drive the husband? Does it drive
drives
Matt
me nuts.
Well, beyond that.
Yes, of course. It drives anybody who's a part of my life nuts.
Right.
Especially since I've stopped drinking. The drinking stopped me from, I guess, being that. Like, this is a new discovery for me.
Sure.
Even though it's been almost 3 years for me to be sober. But like, I'm just, I think, grieving still from what happened maybe when I was a little girl, from being sexually molested to, the different patterns of boyfriends I had that were both physically and mentally abusive, and, just my father passing away. Like, there's a lot, right? And I just am new to feeling uncomfortable and being able to sit in it. Very new, like kindergarten.
Yeah, it's tough. I definitely had anxiety this morning because I was like, oh God, okay, we got to talk about this stuff.
Yeah, but you feel so good after, right?
This is true. And you're easy to talk to, which made it great. But no, it's interesting that you bring that stuff up, because I've started to kind of dive into it more to understanding and that grieving part, because, for people maybe, fans of yours that are watching, checking us out for the first time, or, people don't. Who is Dr. Rob Kelly that we had? Brilliant guy. He's worked with so many people.
He was amazing. He was therapeutic as hell to talk to.
What does he do?
He is a concierge doctor, but all he does is recover.
Like he goes to your house?
Like Robert Downey Jr. was one of his clients, and he put it best. And we're seeing it more now, where people are finally acknowledging, this isn't the gateway drug, that isn't the gateway drug, trauma is the gateway drug.
5150 is power. The power to overcome. The power to persevere, the power to set your life on a course for success. When you're faced with the challenges life throws at you, you focus and do what is needed to go beyond what is required. So stand up, stand firm, believe, make it happen, and live through the madness, knocking doors down along the way. We are 5150.
So
what do you think of all those like hallucinogenics and like
the ayahuasca and whatever it is?
It's a trigger for me for some reason.
I couldn't, no.
There's no way I could do that.
No.
There's no way.
There's no, because I feel like it's so temporary. I don't know, maybe it's different for everybody, and mind you, like, there's no opinion other than I just can't do that.
Yeah. I have no desire to trip again, black out again.
Right. It's numbing in a weird way.
Yeah, have an up or a downer. I forget who it was, and I think maybe
they said Molly's going to be the new thing too. I'm like, that is crazy.
But but it's like, if you think about it, will we go back? Well, LSD, they did the same shit. It's like, are we sure we want to go down this path?
That didn't. Like, booze is the answer.
Yeah, that didn't work out too good for the 60s and 70s. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
For all the addicts out there, including myself.
What if two people like you and I, the answer is a vodka and tonic? It'd be like,
how long does this last?
Yeah, it'd be like, your husband would be like, where the fuck? Homeless. And my kids would be like, when is dad coming back?
Who knows?
We don't know.
Yes.
So
page him. When did you have a pager?
Like what the hell's a pager?
Page him. Let's just page him.
I had it in my high school years, though. I had a pager. I'm older than you by quite a bit.
But I text through my pager. Like a 17 was an N.
Oh, yeah.
I have no idea what you guys are talking about.
You're not that much.
I never had a pager.
He is.
I never had a pager, and I never had friends. I had a phone where you had to type like 1-3 times to get the letter C and stuff like that.
Like the Nokia.
I would play
school?
Snake when I was bored.
Snake
on your
Tetris?
phone.
Is that way before your time?
Tetris? I know what Tetris is, but I'm trying to think if I've ever had it on my phone. No, I don't think so.
Snake.
But pager. I've never had a pager or had friends that had
You're
a pager.
only like 4 years.
I'm 33.
I'm 37.
See, you're not that much old. I've never. Maybe pagers must have just
Pagers.
stopped. I know what
Shit,
it
we
is. I've never owned one. I know, like, it's like call mom. Okay.
Yeah, yeah. It's like
then you got to
vibrates.
find a phone.
It's like these mics.
Yeah, no, for sure. But it's like, looking back now, what the fuck? I might as well just get a phone.
And then go to the nearest payphone.
Yeah, I don't know.
Right.
Payphones.
Oh, yeah.
Those are
I remember
that's
that.
for sure. I saw a payphone today.
Dirty ass payphone.
We were getting breakfast, and I said, "We're talking about germs and stuff. A payphone? Oh fuck, forget about it.
Everyone gets it.
I don't even like touching cash, let alone like a payphone. Like
We're just getting into all of our
everything's
fucking
digital now.
anxieties
You
here
have
today.
Venmo, you have Zelle. Like paychecks
What's
are
Zelle?
direct deposit. Shut up.
Swear to God.
It's Venmo. Okay.
It's like
We've had
Zelle.
arguments all the time. We have arguments all the time, not me and Jason, but people. What's better, Venmo or Zelle? I prefer Zelle because if I were to Zelle you money, it goes directly into your account. Venmo, it sits there for 3 days and then it goes into your account. Or if you want to transfer it immediately, there's like a 0.3% fee. So if I were to transfer you $100, and if you wanted it in your account right now, you'd get like $98.75. That's Venmo.
Yeah, no,
Zelle
I saw
is
that.
immediately.
Okay, but so that's crazy. I need to do this, but I don't really like to Venmo or Zelle.
I don't blame you.
I like to just, invoice me, put it in the bank, direct deposit to the corporation. Call it a day.
We're different. I don't have a corporation. I don't have people.
we don't
to
roll that
invoice.
Talk about finances. No kidding.
Hey, Cheryl, who's your management? We need management.
I was gonna
Hook us
say.
up.
I'll hook you guys
Yeah.
up. Don't
Hey,
you
Mikey,
worry.
look right into that camera. Tell them you're welcome for the financial advice.
You're welcome for the financial advice.
And we just talked about 75 different things, so stay tuned.
Because we are
Cheryl
all
Burke,
over
here's about Zelle.
God.
So another thing.
We're going to get sponsored now, just so you know.
That's hell yeah.
Bring it.
Yep.
Hell yeah. The other area I can relate to is those, as you mentioned, grooming, like in relationship. Obviously, we went through it as kids. As I had told you, went through sexual abuse too. But talk about, if you would, maybe what you've learned or uncovered, especially relationships. I think some people that, they're like, I'm in this bad relationship, this is going on. My family might say something, but I'm not seeing it as, and tell me if I'm wrong, I think I chose relationships because they were almost mirrors.
Yes, absolutely.
And yet, if I paid
100%.
attention, I would have started working through the issues.
Yeah, if you're being mindful, maybe,
Sure.
or even know what that is, right? Like, I wish they were teaching this in schools because it's so important. Like, I mean, let me tell you, just the last 8 months, it's been a whole new perception, I guess, just on life in general. Like, from me meditating has really helped, but I had to I'm very analytical and realistic. I'm not very woo-woo, right? So the whole meditation thing was very woo-woo for me at one point, but then there's science behind it, and and just having that time, that downtime, I guess, during the pandemic, it just allowed for me to really research it, right? And it has changed as far as just, I didn't even know what mindfulness meant. Like, I didn't know that journaling, why journal? Like, what am I, 5? Like, diary, dear diary? Like, that's, my handwriting sucks. I can't even read my own handwriting. Like, can we type it? Nah, not as effective. Okay, great. So let's do a gratitude journal. Gratitude. Why be, you know what I mean? Like, there's so much that I now do religiously that it has changed my life. Sure. But over, I'm not trying to be all corny, but it's just that having gratitude makes you really grateful, like in actuality, and putting just the simple things in your life as something that you never want to take for granted. Yeah. It's so easy, especially in this town, right, to be extravagant, like being grateful for my $1 million check. Right. I wish, right. But
us too.
Right?
I hate getting those.
I mean, just 1 million? I mean,
I'll cash it next week.
I know, right?
Less than 2.
Oh God, I have to pass a doble for $1 million. Yeah, right, I wish. But just being grateful to have a roof over your head, you know? It's actually so simple. And it has made me I guess, change my perspective when it comes to relationships, because then I start to be grateful for the people who have taught me lessons.
Right.
Whether that be from, my past. And I guess this is what they mean by forgiveness, in a way that you don't forgive for the action that was done to you, you forgive for yourself, so that you can not come to closure, but like just to come to the, acceptance of like what it is.
Yes.
Right? You're not forgiving the person for the action that was done to you and done to others. You're just forgiving for yourself to create peace so that you can sleep at night.
Yeah.
Because
I find for me that it was, for any, obviously in my drinking there was many heinous wrongdoings, some involved some handcuffs and...
Listen, I'm there with you.
So some divorce papers and stuff like that, but in finding that forgiveness of it and gratitude, it makes me... I'm finally getting to a point at almost 43, I'm starting to like myself for once. It's like life is pretty cool, and the shit that I thought would make me happy just never did. And it's made joy more simple. And I didn't feel joy for like a longest time. Like it was instantaneous, but obviously it was the
material
all
stuff.
Right, we're having a 12 to 18 pack tonight, or a 30,
right?
Or whatever. Or, man, who's this that I went next to? I must have had a good time, And it's like, fuck, now I get to actually enjoy. So what are kind of like daily practice? You mentioned meditation. Are we hopping up in the morning? Are you a pray person? I mean,
since I am new to the program, as far as 12 steps goes, right? So this is where it's been hard for me. It's, I feel like every day it gets stronger about my connection to God. I was raised, I was baptized a Catholic, right? So my mom's very Catholic, and I never understood it because I didn't understand what was coming out of the priest's mouth. Like it was very much like it was like literally reading I'm like, I can't. And I had comprehension problems. I don't even know if that was the hypervigilance. Like I was just like, whoa, no, nap time. Like, like that's it. And Sunday donuts. Like I just remember that Sunday school. And then, it was, so God to me was like this very, it wasn't like, it was like the guy on Sunset, you know what I mean? Like, it was like, Jesus Christ. And then I'm like, this is crazy. Like, I don't know. And I also felt like a weird, like selfish feeling that I would only pray if I needed something, if I was in desperate need of something I thought that I needed. And I've just realized that it doesn't have to be God. Like the spiritual, like having that, higher power or that connection to spirituality could be as simple as love. It could be as simple as going to the meetings every day at that group. It could be as simple as just breathing fresh air and just living, or meditation. So I'm literally just learning all of this now, and I realize though that is what has stopped me from everything. Like when I say I feel maybe stagnant for so many years, I think it's because I had no faith, because I thought I could control everything. Like, because I am very controlling, and I always believe like it's me that gets to the goal that whatever that is, and then it's me that I need to get there to the destiny that was supposed to be given to me. Like everything, right? Like everything was like, I can't just sit here and just be like, praise the Lord Jesus, hopefully something happens, like, and my mother, in a way, like as religious as she is, she still is like a firecracker, and so like I never thought, I think I was just a little jaded. I didn't have, like I wasn't the girl that would like wish for her wedding or wish for the Disneyland or Santa Claus or Tooth Fairy. I was like, this is all crock of crap. You can swear here, right? Crock of shit. And so it was really hard for me, and I realized though that the only way I can continue on this path of sobriety is to have faith.
Yeah, faith in...
I don't even know if I answered your question. Don't even know what it was.
Doesn't matter. No, faith and gratitude, they're so incredibly important.
Yeah.
But we were having this big discussion because he's, Mikey's more Catholic, whereas I more see God in a spiritual sense. Like, you can go outside and, like you said, you can see, maybe it's three kids being goofy. Yeah, it's like... For me, what I've found is one thing that I've never been good at was being present and in the moment. My mind was in the past or in the future, so anxiety or depression.
Right. That's what anxiety is.
Anxiety is the future.
Yeah. Do you meditate?
I do on occasion, and I'm trying to get back into yoga. But I am so
like yoga, like stretching yoga.
Yeah.
Like what's it called? Lululemon yoga.
Yeah, right. I'm not doing the what was his name? The
Namaste
the hot yoga. The Bikram.
I've done hot. Have you ever done hot yoga?
Butts. Yeah. I almost fainted.
I love
one guy
yoga.
Did faint actually. The instructor was like,
was it?
Water. It was pretty bad.
Oh, see, ours it was like you walk into the room, and you're like, oh, it's a little warm in here. It wasn't like a sauna. I've been to hotter ones.
Stinky sauna.
Yeah,
that's what they do. The 120.
They would never do that
nowadays. Get your
nowadays.
ass down there. Do it now.
But I've done it before, and I loved
like
it. So when you guys say meditating, what kind of meditating do you do? Because I can't do meditating.
I'm doing this serious meditation. I'm a meditation snob. No, okay. I'm kidding. But I definitely want to try Transcendental, but it's basically Transcendental. So it's like mantra meditation where there's no mindfulness meditation where you're listening to somebody. It's mantra based.
Right.
Okay.
So I learned it. This is not a promo, but it's called Ziva meditation. And because during the pandemic, I decided to take like 40 online courses about mental health. This was one of them, and it actually has changed my life. And you go through like a de-stressing where you just stress out, and she's like, no divorces, no quitting jobs, like, because your brain goes through this kind of like through the past a little bit, right? Sure. Where you're being extra sensitive, you're tapping into your senses. You do it twice a day for 15 minutes, and it's freaking hard to get your ass in a chair or wherever. That second time for me, that afternoon one is so hard. I make every excuse in the book not to do it.
Why?
Because my thoughts are scary. Even though we're not our thoughts, it's a scary place.
Yeah. Is it a lot of negative self-talk?
Oh, for sure.
Yeah.
100%. I need to love the little CB in there and show her some compassion, because clearly that's what I need,
Yeah. Well,
but people probably think I'm now multiple personality disorder. Like, who's your little CP?
I do the same thing.
No, please, everyone. There's a book that's actually my friend wrote that is that's being launched soon, and it's all about that, mothering your little child inside you that everyone has.
I remember it's something on Facebook, and it's a stream of all these people now, and therapists and people we've talked to and stuff, and someone put something out, if you could say 3 words to yourself as a kid, and people said some cool stuff, and I just have learned to say, I love you, and it was like, oh my God, look, yes, and look at, you're right, that's what we need, because I never loved that kid, not at any point. So it's really important.
Do you do that? Do you look at yourself in the mirror and say, I love you?
Yes, as corny as it is.
Do you find, because we've gone through similar trauma, do you find that you can do it but still disconnect?
Times.
See, I also wonder if I'm bluffing myself sometimes.
That's
real deep, but...
Boundaries are a big issue for me. So it's working on that and learning to not be a people pleaser. And I'm like you too, I'm a bullshit artist, but guess what? So's every addict. Because the whole time we're like, oh, it's fucking Carl's fault, or it's Georgie's.
Freaking resourceful.
Yeah, right? But the reality of it is, we're just looking for a ton of excuses to drink or use or whatever it is. It could be gambling. We've talked with gambling addicts, a guy that was, porn addiction, whatever it is,
Have you realized that with, alcoholics, especially for me at least, that, I realize that I am a sex and love addict. Not so much the sex, but more the love.
Yep.
For sure. Like, actually doing Pretty Messed Up and having this podcast has been amazing, because we've had all these guests on that are not necessarily like the most famous, but doctors and sex and love addict woman that came on, and she just talked about her story, and I've learned so much over the past 9 months just having these people on, specialists about narcissism and just narcissists in general, and then grieving and the 6 stages or whatever. It's so crazy how it can be taught in schools. It really could. And I would you can't obviously go back to the past, but if I would have known this, from when I was in 2nd grade, 3rd grade, I still would have been an addict.
Yep.
I still would have been the same
too.
girl. But still, I'm so hungry for it. I love it so much. I find it so fascinating.
Were you
what were you saying?
There's a lot of things that could be taught in school that are different.
Oh God, yes.
I could have gone without the Nina, Pinta, and Santa Maria and learned about credit cards.
What? I mean? What did you learn?
Right?
Clearly,
you missed that day.
I skipped that one.
But that Colombia fellow.
Never was good in social studies. Is that what it was?
Well, it's like math.
Oh, math. You should only tip. Only know how to tip, and we're good.
Exactly.
We don't need to do pre-calculus.
No. When the fuck? Unless you're teaching math, like I want to be a math teacher.
But who wants to do that? I'm just
kidding. Engineers. I don't know the fuckers that built this room we're in. Probably. I'm thankful for their good math.
Pagers are out and iPhones are in, and we have a calculator on us all the time.
And Surrey.
The teacher, the shithead teacher who told me you're not always going to have a calculator. Well, I do.
I do.
But I don't know how to use it. But I do.
Yeah. Well, we talked with this gentleman, Chris Heron, who was a former NBA star. Now has
that episode,
great guy,
Boston guy.
But he played at Fresno State. Him and I are same age, so we played in similar basketball tournaments.
You're a basketball player?
Yeah, I wasn't that good.
I mean, I was a basketball player in 6th grade till I shot for the other team. Just quit.
I did. I will say I have played against some legendary NBA players, so really? I did do that. Yeah, I played. I played Sam Perkins, who played for the Lakers, Moses Malone, who I think he's still the all-time leading rebounder in the NBA. He's since passed away. He was great. Trying to think of who else was there. Scott Brooks, who played. Warriors head coach. Why am I blanking?
Warriors head coach is Steve Kerr.
Steve Kerr. I played against Steve Kerr. This wasn't like league. This was just open gym kind of stuff and things like that. But no, I got mopped up.
Do you find that it's a stress reliever and therapeutic?
I don't play anymore.
Do you find that it was back in the past?
Yeah, it kept me out of trouble. Because for me, people still find it funny that I was actually a normie with drinking until I hit about 27.
Oh, really?
And then there was traumas that were activated and shit just took off.
Yeah, I never drank till I was 21, but that was maybe the ballroom competition world where we weren't allowed really. I mean, I guess. I mean, we were, but I was also really young. I started dancing until I was 21.
Right.
And I drank one Smirnoff Ice and I was good to go.
Just hammered.
Yeah. Oh, and I remember the same. I would it's funny. I would try to fit in. So like one of my heroes, so to speak, especially growing up, was Nikki Sixx of Motley Crue, and so it was seeing him sitting there.
So we had to be cool. Like him,
and I interviewed him years ago when I was working in radio. It was a great conversation. You should come on again, Nick.
Guys, we talk about everything.
Yeah. So, anyways, he was like,
"Come on, you're next."
he was like the Jack Daniels guy. So when I did start drinking at 21, it's I can't do it. So they had those coolers. Yes. And I would drink those, but they would make your fucking stomach they had the Jack Daniels coolers.
Wait, did they go? What's it, Jack
Daniels? It was a flavored
Coca-Cola?
JD. No, it had punch or some shit in it or something. Yeah, and you could buy it. It would be like
a stomach ache.
It'd be like a version of a Smirnoff.
I love Smirnoff, especially when it's a slushie.
I have different drinkings from both of you guys. It's just Jack and Coke.
Wow. So
my point is, when I started drinking at 21, 22, or finally going out, because I was like you, I couldn't go out. Social anxiety.
Until I made fake IDs. I mean.
If I was on stage. Oh,
you mean like that? Yes.
Just being if I was on stage, I'm fine.
Right.
But being in a crowd, fuck that.
What do you think that is?
Anxiety.
But why wouldn't we have anxiety?
And a little bit of
because you can't escape. That's my reasoning. Like flying in planes, I'm not worried the plane's going to go down. I just know that if I have a panic attack, I can't get up and walk away and just leave.
No.
I'm stuck there.
Right.
And I have to disturb 5 people getting out from my, to go. So that's why, I know, right?
I don't.
But that's my anxiety. And in a stadium, it's
they're not
I would go to Niner games.
Yeah.
I would go to Niner games. We had season tickets since I was a little kid. And Candlestick Park would be shaking sometimes because of all the people just roaring, and that would give me anxiety. I need to walk. I need to get out of here. I need to go splash myself with water.
I need to steal someone's car and drive just in case.
Yeah, just in case. Have a backup plan. I'm going to steal his car.
I've always thought that. I'm like, the earthquake's happening behind me.
I'm going to outrun it. It's fine. I got this.
Car. Cheryl, you had to have gotten into some wild shit.
Listen,
if that's
me
what
and
your
my
brain
Mitsubishi Eclipse convertible got me into trouble. I'll tell you that much. I fell asleep. I was never awake for any of the earthquakes, but I would wake up with a bloody nose. But it wasn't from what you think.
Oh no, I get them all the time. Okay. I get bloody noses all the time. Everyone's like, "Are you back on the shit?" I'm like, "No, my nose is dried out." I was in Vegas a couple weekends ago and my nose was just going because it's just the hot air blowing in my nose. Everyone's like, Mikey. And I'm like, no, relax. It's because it's hot as shit.
Say your
Go and
name.
buy a ball.
Mikey, I cannot believe you.
God, just gosh, yeah. No, I was when I was really young, but like every earthquake, I'd wake up with a bloody nose. Is that weird?
That's interesting.
I was like from Stranger Things.
Yeah, right? Did you go to an
weird.
interesting place?
Right.
No judgment, but that's
No,
kind of weird.
I know. I like being weird though, because if you're a normie,
I got bloody noses in
How
Vegas.
boring
Is
or
that
no,
weird?
just kidding.
When I'm in
Fucking
Vegas.
boring.
no,
are
stop
you?
picking your nose. Just stop doing
I didn't pick it. With the pandemic going on, I don't even touch my
and then you
face.
play the slots, and then you're
right.
like,
I don't. I touch
he's
my face
getting
like
playing
this.
black.
How do I fill
winner,
up gas?
chicken dinner.
How do I fill up gas?
Gloves.
I wear gloves.
First of all,
I do.
stop with the gas.
What do you mean?
Get a Prius, even though I don't love Prius drivers.
Tell my boss we drive the company.
Okay, well, give me his phone number.
We'll FaceTime him. Yeah. We couldn't fit all this
Excuse
shit in a
me,
Prius.
no more gas pump.
We couldn't fit this shit in a Prius.
I was gonna say in a Prius, like.
No, I would say a Tesla, but then that'd be very snobby of me. But too late. I just
Oh,
said
I
it.
wish we could
I mean,
afford
we already
some
talked
Tesla
about
shit.
You
$1
could
checks.
lease it.
You might as well.
I mean, just
You might as
this
well.
interview is going to make you guys $1
Hey,
million.
Cheryl, we need to go back to this money content. Why don't you fuckers lease it?
I mean,
They
there's
make,
no
like,
value in cars. But
electric Cadillac
Yeah.
Escalades, don't they? Aren't some of those electric?
those
They
are
might have a
expensive.
hybrid.
They might
You
have
know
a
what?
hybrid.
We're going to go with the cheap. You know how, like, Elon Musk, have you had him on yet?
No, have you?
No.
Okay, then what?
You've had way better guests, I feel
Why do you
like. You guys had Charlie freaking Sheen.
Charlie was cool,
What's up,
but
Charlie? Assuming you're watching, you're
Charlie
probably
knows
not,
me.
but,
Charlie, we go way back.
Oh.
That's as far as I'm going to say. Not like that, guys. Not Tiger Blood era. No.
no, you're good.
No.
We wouldn't judge. We can't fucking judge. Go
I used
ahead.
to live in
I judge all the
Hollywood.
time.
Can you imagine how that was? You know what I mean? Come on.
I hold up paddles, and everyone walks by. I'm like 1 through 10. 2.
There's
Okay.
there's no police in Hollywood. You can do whatever you want.
We need to get some
Right? Or
paddles
anywhere in the
made. We need to set a camera up across the street and go to a coffee shop when people walk by, just the three of us holding
Isn't
up
that horrible?
numbers.
That's basically what's going on in someone's head.
Yes.
Especially Carrie Ann Luno. What's his name again? Len Bruno. That's Len and Bruno in one word is Luno.
Yes.
Just in case. You don't even know who we're talking about because you don't
The
watch
judges.
the show. You're like, who the heck?
I'm sorry.
I like
No,
Carrie
please.
Ann.
I
though.
actually like you so much more that you don't watch the show.
I like
fascinating.
I
But
like
I
Carrie Ann.
appreciate the show.
Stop
and
it.
you're a fantastic dancer.
Thank you.
I have seen
I have to
that.
learn how to take a compliment.
Yeah. Yes.
Take a compliment.
Take
I
the
am.
compliment.
But when you say like, take a compliment.
Here's the thing too that's so different for a dancer. If you say great hips, totally different than just
Great
a normal
hip
compliment.
action.
Action. Yes.
That's a good thing.
Yeah.
Totally
Totally
hip
different.
action's a good thing.
Hip
right?
action's
Yes.
a good thing, but great big gigantic hips, nah. I'd lose the big and the gigantic.
I wouldn't say that.
Or you're like,
Hey, look at you, great big
hips-
gigantic
or,
hips.
Hey you, hips don't lie. You're like, what the hell?
Shake them hips, girl.
Like, what am I?
I'm not sure how much time passed, but where we were at
Where are we
was
going again?
why are we more comfortable on stage than in the crowd?
I have found that, okay, so from season 2, so I won my very first 2 seasons like 100 years ago. Okay.
Don't make me feel old.
Emmett Smith, 100 years ago. No. Yeah, well,
Smith.
that means you're 105, like me.
No, I'd be 110. I'm
Okay.
older than you.
Okay, well, we're still kicking. Okay, so I didn't care back then. I don't even know. I think it's because I was like starting to drink and I was like, oh, this is great. And I was just like, I'm going to go back to Harlem where I was living at that time before I did dancing with my dance partner. I was like, this is going to be a 1-season deal. Like, I'm going to go back to 136 and Adam Clayton. Cut to, that didn't happen. But I remember, you know, that feeling where you're just like have no expectations and you're like, whatever flies. Is my hair sticking? Okay, good.
No, your hair
Okay,
is
good.
great.
Good.
You're
Because
fine.
you guys
We
kept
would
going
tell
like this,
you.
you're like, you know, when someone's hypervigilant, watch out.
Yeah.
So when somebody is like, when you feel, I guess, there's no pressure, there's no expectation, there's none of it. You're just like so grateful to be here. That was that moment.
Yeah.
Where for me on the show, I was the most successful. Then as the seasons went by, we did 2 seasons a year, then I started getting in my head. And like my thoughts, I was starting to like, oh, what's that voice in my head? You know, and it played tricks on me. And I was drinking even more because my tolerance and the results just kept getting worse and worse and worse. Because when you want something so bad, right, and when you feel like you can control it, and you can add more rehearsals, and you can just wear yourself out, and then you can just, do everything because you control everything, is when, for me, I felt like my results never came in. Like, I wasn't happy with myself, I wasn't happy with the product that I was creating, and I just wasn't happy in general. And now I'm in the process of literally, I have to surrender, but with that takes faith, and it takes lots of inner work.
So
did I even answer your question?
So you're still more comfortable in front of the crowd than not?
No, I'm not actually. I actually am terrified. I think I have stage fright, which is really weird after all these seasons, because I'm starting to really, I guess my sobriety has taken me to another level, but a different, not a level, but I'm learning again, learning how I work. I'm more creative, that's for sure. I thought I was freaking God when I was drinking. Oh, look at this cha-cha pattern. Bet you can't do it. But really, now I'm starting to question myself and doubt myself, because I'm not 100% there where I can just take a step back and observe my thoughts.
Mm-hmm. Well, and the interesting thing too is, having gone through, and again, what generated trauma, especially a grooming type of scenario. Yeah. We're already sitting and questioning ourselves. We've been gaslit. We've been told what to think, how to feel. That this is what this is. It's
piece of shitism is what Renee says from our podcast. Yeah,
I like
we
that.
Live in that. Mm-hmm.
I like that. And yeah, we do. We sit and live in it. Now that we're out of it, we really are. Yeah. Best I heard it put was, us addicts, we get 2 lifetime experiences.
Totally.
And so it's here we are now, and it's oh, fuck, now I gotta figure all this shit out.
Do you think most addicts have dealt with trauma?
Yes.
I would say
Do you think all addicts have?
What do you think after the people we've talked to? I think there's a couple that said they didn't have any sort of traumatic, but they maybe don't recognize that something was.
That too, because when I would do cocaine and all, my parents were in our grade. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? I didn't have anything extremely unfortunate happen to me that triggered the cocaine. It just happened. I was just there one night, tried it, liked it, went into it.
Did you drink?
Yeah. I would never do cocaine without alcohol. I've done it once, and it gave me the craziest anxiety in my life.
Yeah.
Oh, it's the worst.
So I would always have to have, I would have a rock in my pocket, but I would have to get a buzz.
A rocket pocket?
A rocket pocket.
Pocket rocket. I'm dyslexic too, guys. Stay tuned for that episode.
Welcome to the club. It makes 2 of us.
Right?
But, I mean, some things have happened, but not enough to where it's I need to escape this pain. You know what I mean? So maybe, like Jason was just saying, there was certain trauma.
Are you good at feeling your feelings and living in the uncomfortable and uncertainty, you think?
No. My sister actually, we were talking about TikTok. My sister sends me these TikToks to control my anxiety, and it sounds so cliche.
It controls your anxiety.
There's some that are informative and not just funny.
Wow, that's fascinating.
Yeah. And there was one person who said something, the future is anxiety, the past is depression. Mm-hmm. So what you need to do is just focus on right now. Focus on the room you're in, the chair you're sitting in, what you're smelling,
you're
who
meditating.
You're looking at. So that's what I try to do. So if that's meditation...
But just close your eyes and stop talking, and then it's meditation.
I can't do that.
You can't close your eyes and stop talking?
And just do this.
You can't sleep?
I'm I'll feel something
his eyes are closed and he's still talking.
My left shoulder's twitching. I feel my right leg start to hurt. Then I'm fuck, I need to go do something.
First of all, you made your leg twitch.
My shoulder, I didn't.
That's crazy, but that's okay.
But somebody sent me something...
2 minutes.
Hear yourself.
Okay, that's crazy.
Inhale.
No, it's not crazy.
I can't
I'm not
do this.
labeling
I can't
it.
do this. I can't do this.
That's it. But if you really learn, you know what? Just take Ziva.
What's that?
It's an online course. 14 days, and it'll teach you how to meditate. But mind you, what if I give you my password?
I was going to say, is that a plug for Ziva?
Hey, make sure
Clearly not.
Ziva, what's up? Get at us.
But you have to definitely erase what I just said, because she's oh. Shit.
It's fine. I can drop the audio.
It's fine.
No, I'm kidding.
You're just one big.
Wait, Cheryl, are they your sponsor?
No, no one's sponsored.
Oh, okay. I was going to say, well, then I'll leave it in.
Shut up and sponsor.
We're getting that
just
out.
add another 0 or 3.
All right, shoot me your password. I'll try it out.
You need my username for that.
Okay.
Ziva.
Ziva.
But what we were talking was trauma.
Reminds Zima. You guys remember that?
Oh, fucking Christ.
I remember that. Remember Zima?
No, what's that?
It was like
I lived
that,
in a little hole.
It was like that clear malt, wasn't it?
Zilla?
It was like
Is
gold.
it Zilla?
Zima.
Oh, are you talking about not Venmo?
It was some like booze.
No, that's Zell. Zima was a booze.
And then Zillow.
And then Zillow.
That's the
if you're
realtor
looking for
app.
a house.
Yeah, I
or
love
like
that. That's
for
my
rent.
porn, FYI. Just stay tuned for that.
You like looking up houses too? Welcome to the club. I was
Love
like,
it.
there's another one
What
in my
kind of houses
neighborhood.
do you Google search when you're looking up your?
But no one Google. But you have Zillow.
Everybody has their category, you know.
Yeah, sure.
Mine's like $20 billion minimum.
Really?
I like the Mexican villas. I like
Totally. I
I'm
love
afraid of big houses.
Like
so
the
it's
tile
Rondable.
roof, the tile roofs.
right. Oh yeah, no, the Spanish like
I
tile and all.
love those.
Infinity pools.
Infinity pools are the shit. Yeah.
Does your husband go, can you get off that shit already, Cheryl?
What?
Is he the same
Now
way?
we're just sitting Sunday, right?
Like tomorrow, we're going to be on the cover of Forbes for this interview.
That's right. This is
Sure
fucking
should
killing
hope
me.
so.
We're going to be like interview of the year.
Whoever gets it first can come swimming at the crib. So if you get it, then we'll come, and if we get it, then you can come. Deal?
That's how it works out.
Can't wait.
You already
Deal.
have one, don't you?
No,
I'm
I
a hell of
don't.
a barbecuer,
I know.
so.
But over there in the Bay Area, you can go to my mom's pool. She's got one right there for you.
Nice.
Perfect.
Great.
And a ballroom, so you can salsa and swim.
Cheryl, I have no rhythm. I can't do anything.
I'll
hard.
salsa.
That's
I'll
fine.
slow
Stretch.
dance, and it's got to
Why
be
don't you
very
st-
slow.
Why don't you just feel the floor with your feet? That's good. All 10 toes, I hope.
All 10.
Okay, good.
I got 9, Cheryl. Thanks for
Now,
bringing it up.
close your eyes and put your tongue on the roof of your mouth. Just learned that the other day. I guess. It's supposed to relax. But if you actually are putting your tongue on the roof of your mouth, you're supposed to have your mouth supposed to be open.
I'm trying to tell the roof of my mouth.
Oh no, but don't clench the jaw.
My jaw isn't clenched.
Everything has to be relaxed. I'm like Deepak Chopra.
Let's try this again.
Wait, hold on. Make you what you need to
First of all,
do.
you need to
Relax.
sit back. Don't rest your back up against. Don't cheat. Long spine. I'm going to give you a ballroom.
Okay.
No, just kidding. Palms like this. The sky. No, not like that. Not like wave it around. Just don't care. Not like this. Like this.
Oh, okay.
Look. Yep. Got it.
Gotcha.
Okay. And just close your eyes. And now we're going to tap into our senses. God damn, I should be a freaking meditation teacher. Okay. Feel what you're feeling.
I feel like you're like
I'm
gonna
not
fuck
gonna
with
fuck
me.
with
Like
you.
I feel like he's gonna fuck with
I'm
me.
not.
Smell what you're smelling. Taste what you're tasting. Don't respond. Don't go, Hear what you're hearing. And see what you're seeing. Is that all 5? Don't open your eyes.
You said see what I'm seeing. What am I supposed to look at the back of my eyelids? Okay.
Sometimes it's black. Sometimes it's a strobe light. Just depends on the mind frame you're in. Okay, but now you already. Okay, this is gonna take forever. You guys.
I was gonna say I'm afraid to
To
say
be
okay.
continued.
I see orange because the light is hitting me very hard, so that's what I
Right.
see is orange.
Oh wow, crazy.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
I only see red.
Oh.
Right.
Danger, danger.
Why so angry?
No.
Just kidding.
Or
How long you got?
Okay.
I don't think
guys.
we answered your question. So yeah, as it relates to.
Aren't you guys coming on our podcast?
Yes.
Okay, so my
talk
question, I
two,
mean,
well, part one
and
will
I'm a
count.
prepper, meaning like I've got my 100 questions already probably typed out by
Sweet.
tomorrow.
Perfect.
I read and go. Just
I have comprehension problems, so I'm not sure if that's the.
could be.
We talk about like background.
See, I'm dyslexic too.
like getting backgrounds.
Really?
It's like I don't want to
Yeah.
talk about backgrounds. I want to talk to them there. Like let's get to know each other on the podcast.
Whose background?
Anybody we're talking to.
Well, what? Yeah.
You know what I mean?
No,
You don't get it?
you didn't Google me.
I gotta have bullet
yeah,
points.
but like a
TMZ.
little, it's not like I know nothing about you.
I-
like, well,
I
look
kind of
up.
have
hey,
to
yo.
be the. It's kind of I'm the one that kind of has an outline in his head, and
Right,
then he's the
and
one
then
that kind
you
of.
are like this dancer. She's just a
No, not at all. This is fun. But I'm
Right?
like the Andy Cohen, and he's Conan. You know what I mean? You ever watch the Conan O'Brien show?
Yeah, I love Conan, but I wouldn't say you're
Andy
Andy
Richter.
Cohen.
Andy Richter.
You're not
Andy Cohen. Andy Richter.
Cohen
I
on
mean Andy
Bravo?
Richter. Andy Richter.
I'm gonna flip this table right now.
Andy Richter. That's what I meant. That's what I meant.
I was like, really? You're gonna count down to New Year's? You're gonna do the New Year's Eve special with the
Who's Andy
bartender?
Cohen?
Andy Cohen's the guy that does all of the Housewives.
Housewives,
He's the executive producer of the Housewives, and he's like,
Oh, and
very,
he does like Below Deck too. Do you watch Below
He does
Deck?
that like
Yes.
after
I love Below Deck.
But no,
conversation.
he just he's the EP of it.
That's who I know. Who
He
that is.
basically
Okay.
owns Bravo.
Really?
Yeah, he does
Because
all
I
the
love
shows.
Below Deck. That's probably why I was thinking Andy Cohen. I was talking about Andy Richter. to his Conan.
Right. Not Andy Dick.
Not Andy Dick.
Not Andy Dick.
How many Andys
came?
came?
Too. I see him.
He
all the
did
time
Dancing
when I
with
was
the
living
Stars.
here. Did he?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Well, we talked with David Wallace.
Who hasn't done Dancing with the Stars? You
We
guys.
us guys. I would totally
We need
do it.
like 10 million more followers.
You need $10 million more for if they want to book you guys.
Right?
Shit, right?
I mean, do they know who you are?
Come on.
No, but hopefully after this
But I'll
interview,
tell 'em.
you
But
can
I'll
say
tell 'em.
like, "Yo,
I
check it
will
out."
make
Hey,
a
Cheryl.
phone
And we're
call.
going on your podcast,
Dead
so
serious. If
hopefully
I
they
could
would
get in the
know.
audience for one episode, that'd be badass to watch you dance
Where's
in
it from?
person.
Yeah, for sure. By the way, totally. Anytime.
Perfect.
I just hope that we have an audience because
That's right. With
Right?
the new mask mandate. We still haven't answered the question. So trauma
What
as
question?
relates
I already forgot.
to addiction.
Oh,
yes,
yes.
I'm a firm believer that is totally the gateway to addiction. Firm believer. The interesting thing about it is what substance or action or whatever, because we've had people that it's, like I said, gambling,
Right.
pornography,
and it's not
sex.
hereditary. We know that, right?
It runs in my lineage.
Well, what did Dr.
Not in
Rob?
Renee's. Not in Renee's.
He
None of
said that
his family members.
alcoholism was hereditary, but drug addiction was not.
Do you believe that addiction is a disease?
I do.
I do too.
Yeah.
You know, it's interesting how when people talk about it like classification of a disease or anything else, but yes, I think so because people go, I heard somebody go, it's the one disease you don't ask for. I'm like, nobody asks for any disease. What are you talking about?
No, you're like,
It's
oh God, please give me herpes.
But it's like, yeah, nobody asked for it, but
God, please give me the herp.
I also want some Valtrex
Make it
the rest
clap.
of my days.
Please clap it out. Whatever.
give me the warts.
give me the.
Can you call a doctor about penicillin again?
Please.
Go ahead.
It's like it's a disease. Like, hey, quit doing heroin. Duh.
Yeah,
it's like,
stupid.
if it were that fucking easy.
Right?
You know what I'm saying? Like, it's not.
It's
some
a
people
disease.
just-
I would love to maturely be able to sit and have a
a lot of
conversation
people
and a glass of wine. And I might be able to sit and do
I
that.
don't waste my time.
But
Yeah, wine's gross.
I'm just, and it's got calories. I mean, if
Well-
you're gonna do it, do the dirty.
here's my point.
If you're gonna
So,
do it, just fucking do it.
Here's my point, though.
Go in or go home. See, this is the problem.
I
Jason,
get why
you
you
have
stopped.
to ask
I get why you
everything.
stopped.
Like I would bully people. Like it was just like, really. I don't trust anyone that doesn't drink.
Tongue to the top
Really?
of the mouth. Don't clench your jaw. Don't fucking answer me either.
You're not doing it. I
Look
interrogate
around.
you.
Keep your eyes closed.
My-
But look around. Keep your eyes closed with your looking around.
and look in the back of your eye walls.
Quit smiling. I could see your fucking foot
Stop
twitching.
Responding and twitching.
Like, Cheryl, what do you want me to do?
I know. See, this is who I am in normal life versus, can you imagine me as a dance teacher? That would be traumatizing in itself.
Right?
Yeah, I mean,
I had a chaperones at for my husband and I to learn our first dance, or to have me teach it to him, really. But
Really?
like, I had chaperones because, like, for sure, this was going to cause for us never to walk down the aisle because
Really?
I can't control myself.
Matt seems like he
I mean,
is,
of course I can, but whatever.
I mean,
choose
I-
not to.
I get what you're saying. Yeah.
I've only seen a couple of interviews and obviously a lot of the things that he's done acting wise, and he's
Lots.
his family and stuff like that. But he seems like he's a pretty chill person.
Yo, he is very chill. Like, it's him and his 40 iguanas.
I saw that.
What?
Iguanas
Where?
On his Instagram.
Oh, you did a little research
I did.
on
a
my
little
husband.
research. And you. I found him through you.
Duh.
So that's why I'm looking. I'm like, oh, she's smart. Get out.
So he has his man cave that consists of 40 reptiles, and I've got my woman cave that consists of indoors and lots of rhinestones and canvases. That's my new drug
Really?
of choice. Diamond painting.
Diamond painting.
Yep.
So
It's addicting as shit.
when you say that, are you painting
Literally-
diamonds or with what,
know,
if you're
what is
painting
it?
with
Wait.
diamonds, you for sure have an infinity pool.
Dude.
Get out of here.
Crazy.
Fuck out.
It's
you fucking
just
lie
like-
to me.
That's like overflowing with like Swarovski crystals. That would be my
grind up
dream.
diamonds.
But mind you, they're not diamonds, they're resin. But like, I'm a ballroom dancer. I love a good old sparkle.
Sure.
Remember those, what was that brand with like the jeans and like the rhinestones and the cross religion, true religion?
Oh, yeah.
True religions.
You mean the shorts that I'm wearing?
You are
These
not
are
wearing
fucking
true
true.
religion shorts.
These are true religion shorts. These
out of
camo
You know
shorts.
what? No judgment.
Yeah, no, totally.
Hey, I like my camo shorts. Fuck you guys. I'm leaving. We've talked about
I love
his
a good old camel
shows
toe.
before.
This isn't.
I'm gonna go hang out with the one guy that was.
No, don't do that.
I'm joking.
What was I saying? Anyways, my point is
You like everything sparkles. Yeah.
yeah, I like a good old canvas with a good old key that says a number and a symbol, and it takes no brain power, and it's the only way I can actually get through an online course is if I'm doing this. Is that weird?
No.
And I won't fall asleep.
No.
It's not weird. It's just you.
Really?
What makes you?
Yeah.
Mind you, I haven't seen the sun come up so much sober. Like, I don't sleep at all.
When,
I'm a vampire.
were you not always?
I hate vampires.
Were you always a night owl?
Dancers, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, but like, since my dad died, it's funny, because that's when I decided to stop drinking, because my dad was an alcoholic, so either I was going to crash and burn and like...
Birth father, stepfather?
Birth.
Okay.
Very successful, here's a little backstory. Very successful lawyer in the Bay Area, followed his passion, Pussy, and opened up a bunch of strip clubs in Thailand.
No.
And I used to visit him every year, and I taught those... I'm just kidding. But bless his heart. But yeah, it was very traumatic, I guess. But our relationship was best friends, like over booze. Like we only drank and FaceTimed for hours. But he was very, very smart man, attorney at heart, great with his, just great being able just to conversate with someone like that. Huh? Like I'm very similar to him in that sense. Not like saying that I'm great or intelligent, but like I am a ball buster in like, the Jewish side.
Yeah.
The Ashkenazi Jew. And ever since he passed away, I haven't slept, like almost. I mean, like I would say I go through, it's not like I haven't slept at all. Like I definitely do a couple nights a week of just not, maybe 2-3 hours, but I used to be a heavy sleeper. Like I used to do 10 hours plus 2 naps, and anything moving, I was out cold. Like as far as a car, even me driving it.
Yeah.
I'm a very light sleeper.
Are you deep in thought right now?
I am. And that's why I'm afraid. Ever since you said that he was looking up at your hair, now I'm trying to think. No, your hair's fine, but I'm just
My weave is about to fall
I
out.
got to be careful on how I look because I don't want her to take anything. You know what I mean? So it's just kind of like.
No, I won't. Believe me.
I don't want to look up. I don't want to look over here. Like,
no,
so
no,
when you're
no,
talking,
no.
it's like.
Then you get all in your head about it. Yeah, don't worry. Don't worry.
It's funny you mentioned the deep sleeper and the multiple naps. I can relate to that, but that's because I was
depression.
fucking hungover every day and depressed.
Oh, right. Hungover.
I still struggle with it. I'm a napper still. I still struggle with depression, but I have since I was a kid.
Yeah. No, I think that's why. I mean, the drinking and yeah. I mean, who knows?
Yeah.
Just one day at a time, actually.
Yeah.
Right? Like, if I were to really analyze it all, it's so... Like, you said probably, you both have said, like, 3 things that I actually need to do more research on, which is the hypervigilance, right? My hair being really...
Looks great.
Thanks. Okay. I'm half bald. No, I'm kidding. Can you imagine that? Oh, thanks. That came out of... No. Got really awkward. You know what's also been tripping me out? Is the fact that you're not center. Is that weird?
I didn't want to crowd you, so I'm more on this side.
No, but you're not like split. You're not like in the center. I think
it helps my camera angles, Cheryl.
No, but like your chair is not like if you were to measure from this to this and that to that, it wouldn't be.
You're not equidistant.
No.
Is that just fucking you up?
Yeah, so bad. Makes me want to cry.
Okay, all right. Let me center the chair.
No. Thank you. And you can scoot over to your right a little bit.
My right?
Towards me. Don't worry.
You're going out of the shot.
There you are. Thank you. Nope, we're good. Now
this
we
is
are
the way
set.
Cheryl wants
See,
it.
now we're a kumbaya.
Okay. That was Brady the whole time. We've been going for like an hour.
Whole time. This whole time I was like, oh God.
Now I can
That's why I
open
can
up.
barely look at you.
We're going to have to blame your centeredness on Cheryl.
Oh, good. Now you can meditate.
So now I can meditate.
You can
I
levitate.
feel it now.
You'll levitate.
Was there some kind of like
it was just this
feng shui
it's called
thing?
Our higher power.
It was the feng shui. That's why I couldn't meditate.
Or now you'll be able to levitate though. Ready, guys?
No, I don't want to levitate. I don't want to levitate.
What was it fucking, who's the guy that made the Statue of Liberty disappear? Bring that guy in, make Mikey
Miley
go.
Cyrus? No.
Chris Angel?
No, what was it? The older guy,
John Edwards.
Copperfield. David
Copperfield.
Copperfield.
Can you not? You're just a little off.
I thought I fixed it. We were happy 2 seconds
We're
ago.
good. We're good.
Cheryl,
Yeah.
we're going to let go of control. We're going to breathe. We're gonna relax.
You just seem so excited.
We're gonna.
Okay.
Cheryl.
But don't you feel more at peace? Isn't that
you're
weird?
safe.
I
You're
know.
amongst friends.
I'm not in danger. I'm not in danger. I'm not
You're
in
not
danger.
in danger.
Okay.
He's fine.
But aren't you just so much more centered? I'm doing this for you.
You want to know what? I feel incredible.
I'm not taking any
I
responsibility
was a
over my
bit
actions.
encumbered, if you will.
You look
But
like
now-
you were falling off the deep end, to be quite
now-
honest.
Now I feel great.
Right?
Yeah. I feel fantastic.
You're welcome.
Thank you. This control helped because
any of
my
you guys would
chi
like
is centered
Control. Just call them.
But back to sleep. Yeah, no, I can't do it for shit. Like last night,
you
right?
imagine?
You know, I'm in
sleep at all?
I'm in my jammies, right? Ready to catch some Z's. And Sunset Boulevard's right here.
Oh God.
Fucking sirens every 2
Like,
seconds.
let's go to Harriet's.
Did you sleep?
Dude, I actually slept really well, which you know me, I never do. I never sleep good. Like if I can sleep 3 hours at a clip, miracle.
I've actually realized through meditation, every 15 minutes that I do a day, it's like 4 hours of sleep. That's the science behind it. And I see you.
And I was doing.
I can see through you.
You're laughing. You're looking at me more now that I'm centered. I've noticed
you
that.
are very,
I've noticed that.
as quiet as you may seem, you are saying it all right here, so I can read through your.
I'm laughing to myself because now that I'm centered.
You have subtitles coming out of your eyeballs.
Yeah, now that I'm centered, you look at me more. I've noticed that, and that's what made me laugh because right here, so I'm just sitting there like listening to you guys talk. Now that I'm centered, you're looking at me.
Weird
I'm like,
person trying to join the conversation before.
You're like he's got a chihuahua
it's
and she's just
fucking
Oh my God!
co-host.
I
do have a chihuahua.
love my
I'm
Frenchie.
obsessed with my chihuahua.
So am I. If anyone were to touch my Frenchie, I would kill him
Same.
or her.
It's my Lola.
Same.
My Lola. I'm obsessed with her.
Lola.
Every time we're out of town, I'm like, I fucking miss
Her
Lola.
name's Lola.
Lola.
Love it.
Got it from the Kinks.
Lola.
Lola.
From the who?
The Kinks. You never heard that song?
Sounds like a gang.
What? It's not a gang, guys.
From the Kinks gang?
The Kinks. The Kinks. L-O-L-A Lola.
That was way before my time. Just kidding. You're younger than me. That was. I listened to TLC, Dr. Dre,
Love Dre. Love Dr. Dre.
Randy,
Monica.
3 things.
I said that weird. Monica.
What? Yeah, Monica.
Monica. Aaliyah.
Aaliyah.
I've lost
That's
you
who I
guys.
was
I'm gonna
looking
go-
for.
I'm gonna
I
go
had
get a
her
s-
face.
I'm
I
gonna go
was
get a
looking at her
steak.
face, but I could not.
That was me.
Aaliyah. Yeah, no. I had the bleached tips in 6th grade. What the hell is so fun?
Green Day. Green Day.
I have the full.
Because now
had the
welcome to
full
the
on.
conversation. You had a what?
Yeah, come on. I
Faux pas?
still dye my hair.
Oh,
I still
wow.
color it. I get
You
bored.
got a good head of hair.
I've been doing this since I was like 16, 17. So when you used to get your
keep
ass
doing
kicked
it.
for it, huh?
I keep doing it. My hair used to be all the way down to my ass till my dance coach went snippity snip. Time for a new look. Cut to Dumb and Dumber bangs. Did you see that picture when you Googled me? Yep.
No.
And
No, I just picture Lloyd
I
Christmas.
picture you with a
Lloyd Christmas.
Hi guys.
you guys.
I'm Cheryl. I'm here to dance today.
Hold on. I'm not even joking. It's an Asian version. Ready? Either that or Justin Bieber. Hold please.
I'm really excited.
Hold
It's gonna
please.
be a three-parter, just so you know.
I'm really excited for this.
I'm really, really excited for you to see either the Asian version of Justin Bieber or Jim Carrey sidekick in Dumb and Dumber. Okay, maybe we should talk about something.
Can you give us like a little like baby, baby? Oh.
First of all, I am tone deaf, so no one wants to hear that.
Welcome to the club. Clearly.
I don't know. Sometimes I'll hit a note where I'm like, that sounded good, right? That sounded good in the car?
I think we can all
in the
actually
car.
hit a note
Sing
from
in the
time to
shower,
time.
so I'll embarrass myself.
Oh, no. I sing everywhere.
To who?
I'm not good at
do you
it,
have
but I
do you
sing.
have a ton of people in the bathroom when you're
I've got
showering?
judges holding up paddles. It's really
Constantly.
good old Google. Cheryl Burke season 2.
When you Google me, the owner
Cheryl,
from
is this the
VeggieTales
first
comes
time
out.
you've Googled yourself?
Never. You know who? Never mind. I need to stop. I'm like really way too comfortable with you guys right now. This is what gets me in trouble.
You remember VeggieTales,
Welcome
the
to
kids
the
show?
club.
Veggie Tales. It sounds like a Subway
I know
sandwich.
this is a movie.
It's what you would watch when like the teacher
Are
was
you
out.
ready?
Yeah, I'm ready.
I also had an English accent. Clearly had no identity.
When did you have an English
Can we
accent?
please get the Wi-Fi here? Because you need to look at this. I mean, look how tan I was. I look like an Oompa Loompa.
Is that you?
Yes. Duh. Wait, first of all, this like tinted thing I have here is really.
Look
Oh
at
my
you.
gosh.
This is my very first season, 2006.
You know what? You look. I forgot. You look more like No, you look more like Hindu or something.
Like a little.
That's 98 degrees, right?
Yeah, Lachey.
Drew or Nick?
That's Drew.
That's the brother.
Lachey.
Yeah, that's not. Yeah.
Oh, Cheryl, you so cute.
That's just not. Yeah, but like English accent.
Where did that come from?
Producer told you had to have one.
Were you doing the?
My Dominican boyfriend.
Were you doing the fucking Madonna thing?
Controlling. It's a man's world, the ballroom world, huh?
Were you doing the Madonna thing? Like all of a sudden?
I would say you probably didn't even know who she was back then. Sheltered, remember?
Yeah. Were you really sheltered?
Well, not like in a R. Kelly's. Okay, cool.
I don't know. That's pretty fucking funny.
You might need to like. Caitlin's like, wrap it. Did you get this from her yet?
I think so. I could see you clear now.
This has like been like
Now that
Barbara
one's
Walters,
centered.
60
Barbara
minutes,
Walters.
right?
Yeah.
You just seem a lot clearer.
I'm here with we're here with Cheryl Burke. All right,
We're gonna edit that out because
I will.
no, I'm just kidding.
She's an old white lady. I can get away with it.
Fun rapid questions.
Yes.
Oh,
all right.
God.
So we're gonna jump some fun rapid questions, and then we'll leave you with some positive words.
Okay. Oh, that's
You are
nice.
the encouraging one. Am I up first?
I'll go.
You go.
If they were to make a movie about you, who would you cast to play yourself?
Done. Oh wait, I can't sing, so I wasn't gonna sing the Jeopardy song. So Shay Mitchell.
Okay.
I don't know.
I would love to say Julia Roberts, but that just really
I mean, she could play it, but she's fantastic.
right. Just put a wig on her and call it a day. Totes.
Can you see that?
How about you?
Affleck.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or
Ben
Jay
for sure.
Baruchel. Jay Baruchel.
He would be great. Dude, fuck off with the Jay Baruchel.
He just,
Hey, he's a talented actor.
He's
No
talented,
insult.
and he's good looking. I'm just saying, when I see
Have you
movies
seen him
with Jay
now?
Baruchel
We
in it,
look
I think of you.
not even close.
Or Jake Gyllenhaal.
Oh, thank you.
You're
Yeah,
welcome.
I think more.
If it helps,
Ben.
I see Ben Affleck too. I can see
Okay,
that.
guys, this is about me.
You're
Yes.
right. You're right. Your turn.
Pet peeve.
I know, right? Hang on a second, Cheryl. No, so what is
No, fucker.
What's my pet peeve?
Pet peeves. What irks the shit
Well,
out of you?
BO.
BO?
Like you, and let me tell you something. It's not just the fact that you need to actually, and I say this to all my dance partners. If I don't smell cologne from the moment you park your car into the dance room, you can just take the day off. Like I actually,
That makes sense.
like I can't. That is so. It's so bad. Even
Well,
if
you're
I
super
walk by
close with
somebody,
them, and you're like dancing
him
with
or
them,
not
and
him,
it's-
anybody.
Anybody, yeah, no. So the BO thing, I get that. That
No,
makes
but it's
sense.
rude.
Yeah, for sure.
That was actually rude. Like stay home
I get it.
Yeah.
I get it.
or get some deodorant.
If-
All natural doesn't work.
No. Unfortunately,
Not if you're human.
I've tried it.
My sister
But my
tried
dog
it once
uses
too,
it.
and I was like, you know what? That was a swing and a miss. Swing and a miss. You tried.
Is that what you said?
I did.
Oh, you guys are really
we're
close.
We're very close. Yeah, we're
Literally.
very
Okay,
close.
cool.
If you were stranded on a
here's the
deserted
game.
island,
Yes.
and you could bring one album and one movie.
Album? Who just listens to albums?
Excuse me, Miss Pager. We can talk about albums.
You know, wait, I'm gonna.
Nobody said it had to be a record, but if there was like,
I didn't say if you bring your transistor radio.
Who had a record?
I still have records. What the
First
fuck?
of all I listen to is either Super Soul Sunday podcasts and no music. So, like, I guess the last album. I mean, come on, I don't even know an album.
You don't recall a favorite album ever?
Okay,
that you
fine.
ever-
Janet Jackson's.
What, Rhythm Nation?
Yeah, like that kind of burgundy-looking CD.
Oh, you're thinking of Velvet Rope.
Oh, well, there you go.
I believe, yeah.
Yeah, maybe.
If
Are
I
you sure
remember
that wasn't
correctly.
TLC? The red and orange one? Oh, God, who cares?
so many good
You know what? I remember Dr. Dre's with the freaking marijuana leaf.
The Chronic.
There you go.
I just wanted to rhinestone it.
Last album was The Chronic.
Okay, next.
So we know when
You
your
had to pick
birthday.
movie.
Oh.
Yeah.
Wait, what was the question?
Album and movie.
That what?
on
But
deserted
stranded on
island.
is there a
deserted island.
TV?
Okay, now you're getting technical.
Now,
and
I
this is
would
the
love-
first
I
time
would
somebody's
love-
ever asked that, because I've asked that too. Like, well, if you're on a desert,
Yeah,
you
is
don't
there
have
a
electricity.
DVD player?
Let's say there's one plug, you have two outlets,
Is-
one for your record or
Phone?
phone. No. It's got to be a CD or a movie. It's all
DVD?
sure.
VHS?
I
Doesn't matter. Just
You know what?
What movie do you like on VHS that's not on DVD?
Right? That made me think.
Right. Think about it.
I would like to watch, if I was, okay, the one with Tom Hanks that he doesn't talk. He's also stranded on a desert.
Castaway.
Yeah, totally.
You would watch that on a deserted
It would
island?
make me feel like I'm not alone.
Ooh.
It's almost like instructional.
Pour it.
Deep. Mic drop.
Mic drop. Perrier drop.
Almost.
Follow the. Good luck following that one, buddy. Your
Yeah,
turn.
nice try.
Oh God, what were some of our other good ones?
5, 4.
No,
I'm doing-
that. How is this, Cheryl? God.
You know what they say when you count that down, right?
No.
It'll get your ass up to do anything. That's what I've learned from one of my gurus. If you count down 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, it'll get your ass up out of bed if your alarm, let's say, goes off. Or if you need to go do something, you're like, ugh, dreading it. If you just count,
Like count down to yourself?
literally, yes, like 5. Oh my God, it makes me just want to like
I'm gonna try that.
run out of here so fast.
I know. Right? So fucking ask the question. She's ready to leave.
Go for it. Pick another one.
No, but you should
Good
try
luck.
that. Now you're going to hear my voice in your head, even for the New Year's when you count down.
Okay. When you're driving, you're in LA, you're stuck in traffic all the time. What goes through your head?
Oh, I wish I could tell you.
Just anything.
Wait, first of all,
That's a rapid question.
that is.
And they're not relevant to anything.
And I'm just listening
You were
to...
on a deserted island 2 seconds ago.
I'm an
right?
armchair, so I'm listening to armchair experts, and I'm pretending that I'm making $50 million over at Spotify because they want to hear what's in my head. So if you would like to know, you'd have to pay me $50 million.
No, that's what you're thinking. You answered my question. I win.
I didn't know this was a contest.
Yeah, no.
If my dog was here right now, she'd bark at you till you would give her that water bottle.
If my dog was here, she wouldn't have stopped barking until anybody came in here.
So
She hates
our
people.
dogs have anxiety.
Oh, my dog for sure does.
My
I don't
dog-
like leaving because she doesn't eat when I'm gone.
Same. I
Yeah.
wish we brought our dogs.
I wish we
my
did too.
dog
This
won't
is
even.
pet friendly. Why should we should have? This is pet friendly.
My dog won't even lick me.
Oh, my dog likes me. My dog only loves me, and she always has to be touching me. Her paw is always touching me.
My dog will lick strangers, but will not lick me to save my life.
Well, now I think we have
And
a
this
bigger
is why
problem.
Micah can't.
I
doesn't
got-
have a steady relationship. Doesn't need it. Has the most
gonna
loving.
find- you know
I
what?
don't need a steady relationship. I got my dog. That's the only woman, her and my mom and my sister.
Okay,
Those
first
3
of all,
women are the only women I need in my
that's
life.
going to be another episode.
Okay.
We're just
Mommy
giving you more
issues, just
ammunition.
kidding.
We're going to find me what? Go ahead.
A dog,
I have a dog.
a cat.
I don't know.
I am counting.
We'll talk off camera.
Okay, deal. Sorry, guys. Oh, words of encouragement. Leave us with something positive.
I'm like half of my butt cheeks already off.
So people watching, obviously,
Words of encouragement. Actually, I was just journaling about the best advice I was given. And there was a few points, obviously, because I can never just name one. It's okay to not be okay.
I like that.
Go hard or go home.
Yeah, I know. Right? When she said go hard or go home, I'm like, I'm glad you quit drinking and stuff.
Right? Oh,
That's-
literally. It's like a competition.
Yeah. No, I can see that.
I know.
I can see like we're to drink together, take another shot.
I'm like, oh
fucker.
yeah,
Do
oh
it
really?
again.
No, I would do that. It was so rude. And then you know what? Someone recently did that to me at a party, and obviously I'm sober, and it was really triggering. I was like,
Oh, I'm sure.
why am I sober? What? Why? What? Like I got so angry. I was like, wait, why can't you just have one? I'm like, why can't you just shut the bleep up?
No, I've been there.
It was intense. I was about to throw him to the other side of the street.
Yeah, I had a moment that, like, why I really won't. Like, I would go out with him or something to sit, but I went by myself to meet up with people at a bar, and then there was a
I
guy
can't go
that.
out, yeah.
When I used to be the grab me another pitcher, I could finish off 3 pitchers by myself, no problem, of beer. I was good at it.
Just go pee it out and do it again.
Yeah, you just have
But
to
so
leak
I
it
had a
if you
similar thing. Guy come up to me, same kind of situation. Is like, "Fuck you, I'm leaving." So been there. Know what you're
Yeah.
talking about. People don't get it, and they don't
I
want
mean,
to.
I was out 10 years in a row, TMZ every morning. Just made everybody just feel really good. Good talk.
This was a good.
Cheryl, you're doing
You know what
great.
you guys should do? You should flip the table after every interview and just be like,
Like
We have different tables usually.
KDD out. And then you just...
we
What
out,
was the
we
mic
out
drop?
this bitch.
I have no
What'd you
idea.
say on the mic
It was
drop?
the
The pipe
Perrier.
bomb.
right?
Give it the pipe bomb.
But why? Why?
Where you are now may not be where you came from. Sometimes you're preparing for success, and sometimes you're preparing for failure. The choices you make today may spiral out of control or spin you in the right direction. Your past doesn't define you, but the choices you make today can change your life forever. The drive can motivate you or destroy you. But you have to find a way out. Discover a riveting, real-life story of recovery that will inspire you. Believe, make it happen, and live through the madness. Knocking doors down along the way. Read the true story of how Carlos Vieira nearly destroyed his life and lived to tell about it. And don't miss others telling their powerful stories on our podcast. Visit kddmediacompany.com.